Alright everybody, this demo is going to walk you through how to blur the background and have whatever subject, whether it's a person or an object in the foreground, be in focus. It's kind of that technique of the iPhone 7 where they have the portrait mode or the traditional camera playing with the aperture. The first step you're going to do is want to go into the layers box. So if you don't have your layers on the right hand side, you go up to Windows and click Layers. And you're going to click and drag the lock into the garbage can. The next step, you might have to zoom in a little bit for it. So if you don't have your navigator, go to Windows and get your navigator, and you're going to select the object that is in the foreground. So you're going to use the quick selection tool. It's the same tool we use for our hall pass. And I'm going to select her. Now I can use kind of the brackets on my keyboard to make a smaller brush or a larger brush. But I do want to be really careful and try to get as much of her as I can, so the picture kind of makes sense. And make sure everything inside those speckled lines is selected. Like her teeth right now are not selected, so I'm going to select those. Same with her eyes. And then just as a reminder, if you need to deselect something, you use the minus brush. And do a really nice, neat job selecting the object in the foreground. That looks pretty good. The next step, you're going to go up to Select, and you're going to refine the edge. So I just feather the edge a little bit, maybe 4%, whatever you need, but just kind of make it a kind of a soft edge and press OK. And then you're going to go up to Edit, and you're going to copy. And what you're doing is you're copying her. Once you make a copy of her, you're going to go down to your layers box and you're going to float your mouse over the little icon next to the garbage can, and it's going to create a new layer. With that layer highlighted in blue, you're going to go up to Edit and Paste. Now it looks the same, but it's not, because you have two layers. If you click on the eye, here's the first top layer with just her, and then here's the bottom layer as it was before. Next, with your bottom layer highlighted in blue, you're going to go up to Filter, and you are going to blur, and we're going to use the Gaussian blur. The Gaussian blur is going to blur that layer, so you can really make it blurry. What's important is to not make it too obvious. You know, I still have her in focus because that's on layer 1. She's in focus because she's on layer 1, and then I'm blurring that background layer. So I'd say this is way too blurry. This is still too blurry. I mean, we just want to give it a little bit of a blur. Maybe like that. And that's how you do it. So if I take away her, you can see this layer 0 is all blurred. And then because she is on the top layer 1, she's in focus. So that's how you can use the Gaussian blur to blur the background.